It was an excellent result on Saturday, of course. Taking into account, though, the previous 3 league games, how important will that Newtown victory be in terms of confidence building going into the remainder of the season?
Very much so. You talk about confidence and building momentum for these next games, and I said it's vital. I said to them that we haven't had a good spell, but that doesn't make us a bad team just because we've had a loss and the draw and a loss before that. It's a tricky period. Everyone gets them, and the good teams battle through them, work together, find solutions, and I think if you look at the start of the game in the first half on Saturday, it was excellent. We changed our formation a little bit. We had a very attacking lineup against Newtown, and I think we dealt with what they had excellently, and they played similar to what they played 2-3 weeks previous, and I think first half we were very, very good. The ball was moved quicker, created lots of chances, and obviously Dean Abbey with a 4 goals coming in at half time. Really the game's done at half time, and then you can sit back and sort of make sure they're continuing their job.
And we played Newtown at home twice in the space of 3 weeks. The first result was a 2-1 reversal for TNS, and then a 6-1 victory. As a manager, do you look at those 2 extremes? Do you analyse them? How far do you dig deep to see why the one result was against us, the other one was for us, or is it just a case of one of those things?
Yeah, it is one of those things, but if you look at the time they scored in the game, it was an own goal. The lads had the shot, Maz has hung a leg out and it's gone in. That can happen anytime. So you can't really say that that's bad defending. You have to go back to where we give the ball away. We did give the ball away, but an own goal against Bala, Az has headed it in, and it's one of them where it's a bit unfortunate. So you can't be having to go at players for conceding own goals. What you can do is don't be too sloppy in possession of the ball, and that's sort of a domino effect that probably we haven't been as good as in the last 3 or 4 weeks. However, you also look at how Newtown set up against us. They set up defensively and didn't give us a sniff. We didn't have enough bodies up the pitch. We didn't create enough. So obviously we analysed and come up with a different formation, and it proved to be worthwhile experience. And if we do come up against people that want to play a back 5 against us, we will change our formation or change the style of play. You have to do that. You can't just say that we're going to stick to our guns if we're not playing well.
The victory last Saturday was in the JD Welsh Cup. It's back to JD Cymru Premier action this Friday, and it's true to say that the remaining 7 games are all cup finals in that sense for the New Saints.
Yeah, they know they know the outcome. They know that we have to be at our best and get near to enough maximum as we can, because if Connors Key have a great run, which they're capable of doing, then we're in trouble. So I think we train well, we focus on each game, we plan accordingly and make sure that every single opponent is, their form is dissected and the strengths and weaknesses like we usually do. We're going to do no different, but make sure the players are aware of that, so there's no complacency, and really have a good go, and whatever happens now to the end of the season, we'll be giving our maximum. There's no doubt about that.
Barrytown United have already won here at Park Hall in the league, September the 28th last year. Looking back to that game, will the visit this weekend be an added incentive for the New Saints to win, or does that not matter because it's a case of we have to win anyway?
We have to win anyway. Last time we played them away, it was one of our best performances. It was certainly a strong team performance with some excellent goals, some real moments of quality, and a good game, because we started the game and went 1-0 up within 3 or 4 minutes. Then they scored 3 or 4 minutes later, and it was very tight. And then when we got our noses in front, we ran out comfortable in the end with an excellent finish to the game with the Jamie Mullen goal. So we're wary of Barry. They're very set. They're very good in possession and are set up very well. Whatever formation they play, they've got some excellent players. So I think the players know how how tough the game's going to be on Friday. Scorio here again, and I think it's one where, like I said, we know what we needed, we know what's needed, we know what we needed to do on the night. I think if we take Saturday's game into Friday and approach it in the same manner and start the game, you know, in the same vein, I think we'll be okay. And we truly believe that we've got everything we need to win 7 games in a row. That's not taking anything away from the opposition, but you know, when things go against you, big players come to the fore, and there's plenty of big players in that dressing room.
Scott, you are a thinking manager. You do put a lot of thought into not just the tactics and the approach, but also the starting lineup. Dean Ebby scored 4 last weekend against Newtown, all in the first half. Is he guaranteed a place this coming Friday against Barrytown United, or is it a case for you as the manager, you always start with a clean sheet and then build from there?
Yeah, he's obviously had an excellent game the other day. I looked at it and came in at half time, and we probably had about 5 chances in that half and took 4 of them. You know, that's our clinical best. So if he fits into the formation and the correct team to approach Barry, then he'll start. If we feel that Greg or Curtis needs to start for whatever reason, then they will also. So no one's guaranteed. You know, there's been times where we've won games very comfortably, and they've changed it for the next game. It all depends if the player fits into the system, what is best for the team, not for the person.
And we play on Friday evening, of course, against Barry. We're at the start of the week now. You have a week's training and thought and preparation ahead of you. But what's the general availability of the players at this moment in time?
Yeah, there's a couple of players not training today, just through knocks and dead legs and things like that. So hopefully they'll be back tomorrow. 3 or 4 missing, maybe having an extended rest. Everyone else available. So obviously everyone else wants to play now, and what we're guaranteed 8 games left, hopefully 9, with the Welsh Cup semi-final. But you know, it's a time where, for me, it shows character. It's one where you're looking for players to roll the sleeves up and be leaders out there and go and take games. You know, don't start games slow, sloppy. The mentality has to be right, and we've been in this situation before and come through. And I truly believe that, you know, if we take care of ourselves, there'll be little twists and turns along the way.